Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? This is your web host today, the one that has various names, and the names are mine. So, hey, if I got some copycats out there, so what? Because guess what? Everybody have a name in which somebody in the world, about 1,000 people, have the same name. So it doesn't matter, okay? All right. But, I'm the one that's going to continue to talk about the subject of things that American people don't talk about every day. And I touch on things that is real, okay? Because these are the things that make me go, You know what I mean? The things to make you go, all right? And I just want to go ahead on that topic. George and I, he's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for years, okay? Now, we still do a little entrepreneuring right now, and I'm still marketing in a lot of areas. But I used to have George hooking up my store years ago, and we were marketing products for many of them. So a lot of people didn't know. They were like really stereotyping us. Some people they get low funds and so and like that, and they have. You got a lot of people that got money and still deal with financial problems. The question and concern of this subject is why, because a person is successful, people think that they don't have money issues, or they don't have any financial issues, or they don't have any setbacks in life. Just because a person owned their own business didn't mean they wasn't homeless. You got a lot of people have life bad issues like background records and bad credit, or it's all sorts of issues with a lot of people stereotype, and they never knew. These are touching issues, okay? We lived in houses, we live in apartments, we even lived in hotels, but we were still establishing our own business. A lot of people didn't know that. George used to set me up and have stores and stuff, and he was my manager, and we had contracts. It's a lot of things a lot of people didn't know. But it was a lot of people said, oh, you guys, you're nothing, you're this and that. But they didn't know that we were in the entertainment field. We had multitask and many issues and so. So, George, you want to light with some ideas of yours to see what's going on before we go into church today?
Okay, America, this is the real deal. This is what's happening here on the street. What's going on is that a lot of churches, they want to stereotype you. They think that you're not of God because of the fact that you might be in a temporary situation where you need some assistance. That's not the case. Well, God said in His Word that trouble will always be. The poor will be always with us. So we need to minister to the poor. Wherever we are going, if we truly be of the body of Christ, we need to always remember that our first ministry is to the poor.
That's right.
And not to stereotype them. So we are going to find out what the real deal is.
That's right.
What is the real deal? Why do churches do that? Is it because we're paying their bills and they want to try to lord over us? Or what is really going on? We're about to find out. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to have church, and they're going to be feeding dinner. You got all sorts of people from all walks of life are here, okay? And every day they're feeding dinner and so. You got homeless people, you got people who is not homeless. You got people in the church and out of the church. Whatever walk of life of people they are, where they're all from, we all come together and eat. We don't stereotype. We come together to celebrate the Lord. There's singing, there's a lot of praise, and there's music involved, and there's the ministering of the word. See, that's what it's all about. A lot of us left our homes, left our cities. We believe what God told us, and we believe that God told us to leave our land and be able that He give us a new life, and we obeyed that. So do that, walking in God's obedience. We followed that, and God did what He said He was going to do in our lives. So eventually, the whole subject is about how do we get away from the stereotypes of the people who think that thing about us. I mean, everybody is not always going to have a glamorous life, even though they, cause everybody else to think they live their life, but sometimes the life is not so glamorous. Some people are going to experience homelessness, and some people have to live with grandmamas, aunties, or live in hotels, or maybe renting. Some people don't own their own houses. So how do we live in a generation that's like really faking it? And just because you don't have millions of dollars does not mean that you don't have any financial issues. And just because you do have millions of dollars doesn't mean you don't have any financial differences. We're not stereotyping here. The subject and the question that I'm asking, how can we stereotype people based on the subject of their income? It has nothing to do with their profession, their education, or anything. So, George, you want to go give an enlightenment on some things continuously because I really like that topic, how you was really talking about the ministry, how a lot of people left their homes, and some subject, and we talked about that with a young lady who was representing for Gucci about a few weeks ago. We was on that topic, so it's kind of very interesting that you touched that subject. So would you like to add to that, if you may?
Sure. While we're down here at Safe House, the churches are coming down to feed a lot of people that don't have the ability to get their own food today. Well, let's find out what's really going on. Why is it that? Let's go over here, Demetrius.
Okay. We're going to go over here. George, if I have you to keep moving here. Okay, go ahead.
What's going on today is a lot of churches are coming down to minister, but what is ministry? What is Jesus saying when he said, if you love me, feed my sheep?
That's right.
I believe what Jesus was saying to the disciples at that time was that we need to show Christian love.
That's right.
For if God first loved us so much that he gave his only begotten Son,
That's right.
Jesus Christ,
Yes.
that whoever believes in him will not suffer or die, but